Today we're looking at the most efficient, brutal, and outrageously overpowered killers underwater. And yes, one of them has a second jaw straight out of Alien. But first, let's talk about a shrimp. Yes, a shrimp, the thing you'd normally dip in sauce, not something that can shatter shells like a tiny underwater war crime. Mantis shrimp. The physics glitch. Meet the mantis shrimp, the ocean's smallest middle finger to the laws of nature. This creature is barely the size of your palm, yet it hits with the enthusiasm of a tiny underwater wrecking ball. Its strike travels so fast that the surrounding water literally vaporizes for a split second, and the impact is strong enough to crack shells, split crabs, and dent aquarium glass. All of that wrapped in a rainbow-colored body that looks like it should be starring in a children's book, not committing micro-assaults. Hunting is simple. It waits, it twitches its absurdly intense eyes, and when something edible gets too close, the shrimp fires a punch that acts more like a depth charge than a fist. Small, colorful, and absolutely not okay. Tiger shark, the efficient garbage disposal unit. Now let's jump from tiny chaos to something roughly the size of a small car. Tiger sharks are massive, muscular hunters that treat the ocean like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Fish, turtles, birds, license plates, boots. If it fits in the mouth, the shark will at least consider it a snack. Their specialty is hunting in murky water. Most predators lose precision when visibility drops. Tiger sharks dial in. They glide through the gloom with the confidence of something that knows it's the problem in the ecosystem. Versatile, explosive, and aggressively curious. Personality summary. If it moves, I'll try it. Basically a vacuum cleaner with teeth, just moodier and considerably more lethal. Moray eel. The alien in the reef? Time for a predator that looks less like a fish and more like a bad prop from an old sci-fi movie. Some moray eels stretch so long you'd swear they shouldn't physically fit inside the holes they hide in. Seeing one glide past underwater feels like someone dropped a living rope into the reef and forgot to pick it back up. They move through cracks like biological tripwires, a long, muscular shadow waiting for something unlucky to wander close. And when it does, the eel snaps forward in a blink, clamps down, and drags the prey into the dark. But the real nightmare begins after the bite. Morays deploy a second set of jaws hidden in their throat, grabbing the prey again and pulling it deeper. It's the closest thing the ocean has to a xenomorph demo version, just slimier and somehow grumpier. Some species even add venom on top, because apparently the design brief was snake, but wetter and meaner. Orca, the coordinated killer collective. Orcas aren't just predators. They're organized. They hunt in teams, assign roles, and execute plans that feel uncomfortably intentional. One whale distracts, another cuts off escape, a third comes in from below, and by the time the prey realizes what's happening, the decision tree is already closed. They flip seals off ice floes with waves, knock sharks into paralysis by ramming them just right, and selectively eat organs like they're following a preference list. This isn't chaos. It's coordination. Orcas don't chase blindly. They test, adapt, and run drills like something between a sports team and a very hostile think tank. The unsettling part isn't their size, even though they're massive. It's the vibe. Black and white, smiling face, zero hesitation. Basically a Navy unit with fins and a deeply confusing sense of playfulness. They're what office team-building exercises would look like if HR didn't exist. Cone snail. The miniature assassin. Time to downsize again, but in the worst possible way. Cone snails look harmless, like decorative souvenirs someone forgot to paint properly. In reality, they're tiny snipers hiding behind pretty shells. When prey passes, the snail fires a microscopic harpoon packed with venom strong enough to shut down muscles before the brain has time to panic. No chase, no struggle, just instant shutdown. Some species can hit you with toxins complex enough to make biologists take long, uncomfortable pauses. The snail doesn't roar, sprint, or thrash around. It just sits there, loads chemical doom, and waits for something to make a mistake. A killer that doesn't move fast, doesn't look dangerous, and still wins every close encounter. Nature's quietest, don't touch this. Bull shark, the aggro opportunist. Now let's get back to something loud, territorial, and permanently irritated. Bull sharks hunt anywhere water exists. Coastlines, estuaries, rivers, murky shallows, saltwater, freshwater. They don't care. If the environment allows them to move forward and bite something, that's enough of a habitat for them. Their hunting style is blunt efficiency, short bursts, close range, zero hesitation. They ambush at distances where your brain barely registers movement before the jaws are already there. It's a shark with a hair trigger temperament, the underwater equivalent of someone who starts fights over eye contact. What makes them especially problematic is their willingness to attack first and figure out value later. Most predators evaluate risk. Bull sharks treat thinking as an optional feature. They charge, test, and only afterward decide whether the thing they just hit was food, competition, or simply unfortunate. Leopard seal, the Antarctic psychopath. Leopard seals look soft and harmless from a distance. Up close, they're Antarctic hitmen with a personal vendetta against anything that waddles. Their speciality is high-speed chases through ice-cold water, turning penguin hunting into something that looks uncomfortably like recreational bullying. They don't just catch penguins, they toy with them. Flip them, drag them, release them, grab them again. It's not hunting for calories, it's hunting with enthusiasm. And when the mood shifts to larger prey, the seal's jaw strength is more than enough to dismantle bigger animals that wander into the wrong part of the ice. The worst part is how calm they look doing it. Smooth face, lazy swim, then immediate carnage. The ocean has serial killers, and this one wears a seal costume. Great white shark. The one-hit solution. Great whites don't do chaos. They do precision. Their entire hunting strategy revolves around a single devastating ambush, usually from below, using speed, angle, and surprise to end the fight before it even starts. If you're a seal, you don't see a great white. You just see the sky 1 second before everything goes dark. The goal is simple: maximum damage in the first hit, break ribs, rupture organs, disorient prey so completely that a follow-up is just cleanup work. They're built for efficiency, not endurance. No wasted movement, no theatrical thrashing. Just a silent approach, a vertical sprint, and a strike designed to shut down the target in one go. What makes them especially terrifying is their sixth sense. Electroreception lets them detect the faint electrical signals of muscle movement, meaning your heartbeat might as well be a homing beacon. They're not the loudest predators. They're simply the most effective at making sure you never hear them coming. Saltwater crocodile. The patient detonator. Saltwater crocodiles are what happens when patience and violence sign a long-term partnership. They spend hours motionless, half-submerged, looking like driftwood no one bothered to kick. But once something wanders close, the switch flips instantly. One explosive lunge, jaws slamming shut with the strongest bite force on the planet, and the fight is pretty much over before the prey even knows it started. Their hunting method is brutally simple. Get a grip, drag the target under, and spin. The infamous death roll isn't just dramatic, it's a mechanical problem solver, designed to tear limbs, break structure, and end resistance fast. They don't chase, they don't posture, they just wait, breathe quietly, and remove whatever steps too close to the waterline. A living fossil with zero interest in modern negotiation. Viperfish, the deep-sea clamp-mouth sprinter. Now we head so deep that sunlight isn't even a memory. Down here lives the viperfish, a creature that looks like someone welded teeth onto a flashlight and called it a day. Its oversized fangs are so long they have to fold into grooves just to let the mouth close without stabbing itself. The hunting strategy is pure ambush. The viperfish uses a glowing lure on its head to bait curious prey in the dark, then launches forward in a millisecond sprint, clamping down with a jaw that looks specifically designed to traumatize illustrators. Everything about it screams speed and commitment. No warning, no buildup, just sudden, needle-filled darkness. Down here, you don't need size or beauty. You just need teeth and bad intentions, and the Viperfish has an excess of both. And next time you eat shrimp, maybe give it a moment of respect. Some of them punch harder than logic. Give love to the channel and hit subscribe. Like always, stay curious and hope to see you in the next video.